Continue our conversation. I believe we've reestablished our Skype connection with Josh Orton, Senior Advisor at Progressives United, and Terry Jeffery, Editor-in-Chief of CNS News. Now, guys, I'll start with you, Terry, and we look at this. We know that there was somewhat of a contentious confirmation process for Chuck Hagel when he came through the Senate. We might not expect President Obama to want another fight given everything else that they have to deal with, including Obamacare, immigration, and the like. But do you expect this president to pick somebody who Republicans in the Senate Armed Services Committee might pass through pretty easily?
Well, honestly, I don't expect Senator McCain to put up any kind of serious resistance to that Obama nominee. He ought to. I don't think he won't. I would just quickly point out, Josh mentioned President Bush's strategy of nation building, which I think was fatuous and absurd, particularly in Iraq. This idea that he was going to establish a representative government after overthrowing Saddam Hussein was unwise, and it didn't work. But when President Obama came into office, he unilaterally decided to use military force to overthrow the regime of Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. He did it without congressional authorization. The outcome was predictable. We've seen the outcome. Even before the September 11, 2012 attack on our mission in Benghazi, the CIA was saying that eastern Libya was becoming a haven for terrorists and al-Qaeda, which it has in fact become. And before Chuck Hagel became Defense Secretary, he saw that. So he went into this administration being an intelligent guy, been around Washington a long time, had obviously a great deal of excellent experience with the military, yet he voluntarily agreed to become Obama's Defense Secretary and advance that agenda.
Well, Josh, why would President Obama, there's been a lot of talk about President Obama forcing out the Defense Secretary. Why would he want to do this, considering he has some other tough fights ahead of him with Congress?
Well, I do agree that he took the job voluntarily. It would be a little strange if he didn't. Look, I think that the Republicans are, this is going to be sort of an interesting divide because, as everyone knows, this is going to be the first confirmation hearing with Chairman John McCain. I'm not really sure whether or not there's anyone that basically anyone could nominate for Secretary of Defense besides John McCain and Lindsey Graham that John McCain would go for. So, I think this is going to be a bit interesting. I don't think that for Republicans who are concerned about international intervention and sending our men and women overseas and spending American taxpayer dollars to sort of intervene in every conflict.
Well, Ted Cruz floated the idea of maybe former Senator Joe Lieberman. What do you think?
Yes, which is both ludicrous and hilarious at the same time. If you want to see almost universal opposition from the Democratic Party, I would choose Joe Lieberman. If you want someone who isn't going to make the same mistakes in foreign policy of the last 14 years, I would choose someone else besides Joe Lieberman.
Yeah, but the Democrats won't be in charge on Capitol Hill come January. What do you think, Terry?
Well, I will point out that John McCain has been even more an aggressive advocate of U.S. military intervention in the Middle East when it did not necessarily serve U.S. interests than either President Bush or President Obama. Yet, despite that, I see no prospect that John McCain, at the end of the day, will not pass through his committee and then vote to confirm on the floor of the Senate whomever President Obama nominates as Secretary of Defense. McCain will confirm that person.
All right, well, then I guess we can expect, as we saw in that radio interview with John McCain, and probably more to come from Lindsey Graham as well, a lot of talk, a lot of bluster, and then, Terry, as you said, just a rubber stamp for the Obama administration when they get their next nominee to be the head at the Pentagon. Josh Orton Skyping in from Madison, Wisconsin. Terry Jeffery coming to us from Washington, D.C. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Chuck Hagel, that resignation announcement coming yesterday. We have much more to come here for you today on America's Forum. We're back right after this.